5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Welcome back. Another episode of the Heavily Spice podcast. I really wouldn't call this one a podcast, though. This is more or less something a little bit different. It's more of a movie review. And we're kind of on like a very, very strict time scale. We have to do this so quick. We just saw Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. With me today, too, I should go ahead and introduce my girlfriend.
I don't like that.
Okay. My ex-coworker.
There we go.
Is what we decided on. Lindsay, who's also been on the show before. Episode 5 or something, I think.
Yeah. When we talked about Soul, it's the same thing. We talked about movies.
Yeah. Movies are like the easiest thing to podcast about.
And I'm wearing the same shoes, so.
Yeah, we all noticed. So let's just go ahead and just get started with it, with the Doctor Strange. Because I want to release this. It's May the 5th.
Mm-hmm. So
I want to go ahead and just release this ASAP, so hopefully it'll be up by tomorrow. So I don't want to do a spoiler kind of
So
review.
May 6th.
Yeah. So the day after, hopefully this is when it'll be. It depends on how quick
we'll
I can
see
get
about
this out.
that.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be out May 10th.
Yeah. I have a bad tendency of just putting everything I do off.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just do a spoiler-free review. Just for like the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I just want to go and we already told each other the rankings, but 1 out of 10, what do you give the Doctor Strange movie?
I gave it a 6 out of 10. I expected more.
Wow. I'm going to say a 7 out of 10.
Why?
7 out of 10. I think there's some things that surprised me, but there were other things that I felt like could have been better.
Mm-hmm.
In the skinny of it. I gave No Way Home, I think, a 7 out of 10 too. The
Really?
Spider-Man one, yeah.
I'm surprised.
And you gave it like a 10 out of 10, right, or something?
Yeah.
I gave Batman a 10 out of 10. That was a great movie.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah, you fucking hated
No,
that
it was
movie.
good. It was good, but I don't know anything Batman.
Well, that's what you felt like.
It was dark. I couldn't see.
That's what you felt like when you were going into it too. It was like you were like, I don't think I should talk about this.
Yeah, because I don't know anything.
feel like you should talk about Doctor Strange. But here's the thing: no one knows really much about Doctor Strange. A lot of normies don't really, you know.
You call me a normie?
No, I think a lot of people who are watching the movie and who see that movie are just, either going to be just in the Marvel, want to watch everything Marvel, or they're going to be just big Sam Raimi fans, which is the director of it. Yeah. So he's the one that actually, he directed the first 3, the Spider-Mans, the trilogy.
Really?
Yeah, he did the original trilogy for Spider-Man. And he also did my favorite horror movie ever, Evil Dead, which we should definitely watch.
No.
Yes, that movie is amazing.
I thought that this movie was scary.
It was a little scary.
I was jumping in the theater.
Let's not go too deep into like the spoiler territory, but I think so Doctor Strange, I think he did a pretty good job, and I think Scarlet Witch was a little more terrifying than I thought.
Yeah, she was.
But I think America Chavez was in her name, the new character. I actually liked her a lot.
She was sweet.
She was pretty cool.
She was just an innocent little girl.
Yeah, I don't know what age she's supposed to be in that.
Definitely like
12
early
or
high
something.
school. Like very young.
But it was a pretty okay movie so far.
It was good.
I think what I expected more was just maybe more horror coming off of Sam Raimi. Something a little more spooky. But I think what people want out of Marvel, like a lot of people sort of say they want those movies to be more like cutthroat, more like, because they play around a lot with like, oh, it's the multiverse or whatever. And the multiverse presented in this context, the multiverse presented in this context is more like horrifying than anything. Yeah. Like it wasn't really fun at points. It was more or less like just awful. You know what I mean?
It was scary.
Yeah, it was pretty frightening. But yeah, let's just, because there's not much you can really talk about if you don't spoil it. You know what I mean?
I was just upset because I'm a big Wanda girl, and I think of her as like good.
The Scarlet Witch.
The Scarlet Witch, like I can't say.
Well, let's just go ahead and spoil it, dude.
All right, we're spoiling now.
I can't keep going on without doing it.
If you haven't seen the movie, stop.
Yeah, stop. It's pretty good. I think it was worth it though.
It was worth it. I definitely need to see it again because
Was it like 2 hours?
Yeah, it was 2 hours and 3 minutes because I looked it up.
It was 3 minutes?
It was like 2 hours and like literally less than 10 minutes, just like a little bit.
It wasn't that bad. Like as far as the runtime goes.
Didn't feel long at all.
Well, here's what I like, because I've watched a lot of like the earlier like 2000s, like the Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man, and the original X-Men. It always felt like those movies were like going towards the big final battle, but it felt like there was like a lot of final battles. Like we literally start the movie off with just this huge battle.
It was all battles.
Yeah, there's tons of battles, but it always. But I kind of like that because it's like you're thrown right into the middle of it, and it just fucking goes.
You literally were thrown right in the middle. They were running.
Yeah.
From, I think Wanda. I don't remember the beginning.
Here, just spoilers if you don't want to fucking know what happens. Whatever.
I already said spoilers.
Yeah, well, I'm saying it because it's my podcast.
Well,
okay.
I remember that.
So it starts off with he says something in Spanish, which I couldn't understand. So I'm glad there were subtitles.
And they were running. Like they were being chased.
They were being chased by some demon thing, which is Scarlet Witch.
It's her demons or whatever.
Yeah, they kind of built it up the whole movie as being like, oh, Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange are gonna team up.
That's what I thought.
That's what I thought too. And then I was watching it, I was like, oh wait, no, that's not what's happening at all.
Because that quote in the trailer, she was like, "You do something and you're a hero. I do it and I'm the enemy." I don't think that's fair.
How is that fair?
Yeah, which I really liked that. But then when she said it in the actual movie, it was just so random when she said it. I feel like nothing big was happening yet, and she just said it, and I was like, so that's that quote. Cool.
That was a trailer moment. They had a lot of those because there's one too where when we meet the Doctor Strange with the third eye at the very end, he says something too that's in the trailers, but it's not in the movie. So I kind of wish they would just cut that part out. That's just trailer shit. And then the rest, it just doesn't matter.
I didn't even know that the third eye thing was in the trailer.
It wasn't. But that's the only Doctor Strange. Because there's like 4 Doctor Stranges in this that come through.
Yeah, because it's all the different universes.
Yeah. And the whole multiverse thing.
And they're all bad.
I was thinking, too, that the movie was going to go into like more multiverses. Like we go into, Act 1 is this. They're just going through like different multiverses. And Act 2 is like going through all these other ones. But we're really just going to like 2 universes, or like 3 really. We have our own, which they dubbed 616. Then we have 858, which is like the futuristic one.
The one when she had the red hair, the Rachel girly.
Yeah, where we meet the other Rachel, which is a big theme too.
Her name's not Rachel though. That's her real name.
Yeah, it's Rachel McAdams. What is her fucking real? I don't know. Who knows?
It starts with a C, I think.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, whatever.
Because she didn't even like. It only mattered in that first movie, and then they never brought her up ever again until this movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just like, okay, cool. Well, I guess he was just in love with her the whole time. Whatever. But yeah, I thought there'd be like more multiverses. Like we'd go and travel to different dimensions because it's multiverse of madness, but we only go to like 3. So it just felt kind of like it was just like, oh. Okay,
yeah, it really wasn't that many.
3 multiverses, and that's it. Which I think is what they're building up to. Like I think they're going to build up to like.
Do more?
I think Secret Wars is what it's called, where they're just going to build up to like an Avengers type movie where they're just going to go through different multiverses like that. And we're going to have different multiverse hero.
You make me go see that too.
Yeah, but you can't fall asleep during it.
Oh, yeah.
You did for this one.
I fell asleep.
Literally fell asleep in like the second fucking act. And the coolest part too, I literally was like, you better fucking wake up because the Illuminati comes out.
I was like in that sleep where my eyes were open, but I was dreaming, and then I would like wake up. I was like, oh my gosh, I was sleeping, and then I would like be like, I need to stay up. And I'd fall back asleep, but it was just like 10 minutes on and off, and I'd wake up and be like, what the heck is going on? Fall back asleep. Woke up again.
You were so tired. They got to the point where you were imagining what was happening without realizing your eyes are closed.
Yes,
and then you'd wake up and realize, oh shit, I was sleeping.
That was all fake.
And I was thinking like that your brain was trying to trick you to go into sleep.
I'm surprised you didn't see me go like.
I was invested, dude. I was so invested in this movie.
Head bobbling. I was excited for it. It's because I went to the pool today.
Yeah, and you did more than that, but you were knocking some White Claws back.
Water.
Anyways, we're going back to the
back to the topic.
We don't have time, bro. We're on a schedule.
Let's go.
I think my favorite part of the movie. Well, I guess we'll just keep going through like each scene. The Illuminati was the best part of the whole fucking thing. It was like halfway through.
Should we spoil who came in?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Okay.
There was
I only know.
let me you name them, bro. I want to hear.
You know
what
I don't know names. It's Jim from The Office.
Yeah, Jim Halpert is in the multiverse now. Jim Halpert from The Office is in
Pam.
the multiverse.
Pam popped up in there too.
He said he's married.
True, with
Dude,
kids.
Okay. So the Illuminati comes in, which I don't know who the fuck that is. I guess it's just I've heard things where they're like the gatekeepers or something.
Yeah, because they decided they're like the higher power because they decided to kill the Strange of their universe because he was ultimately bad.
Yeah,
remember? So I think
he killed Thanos,
and then he killed trillions of people.
He took the book. I already forgot what the fucking book was called, but he took the dark book that Scarlet Witch was going after, used it to destroy Thanos. Mm-hmm. And then because he'd become corrupted or whatever.
Yeah, because once you touch the book, it messes with you.
Fucks with you. They had to destroy him.
Yeah.
And them were the Illuminati. And it was Mordo, who was the bad guy from Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah.
The guy with the dreads.
With the dreads. The guy from X-Men in the yellow little wheelchair thing.
Yes, that was probably my favorite part because they played the little they played the little tune, the do. You probably didn't notice.
No.
But yeah, I was like, oh, that was cool. That's like that theme song's so dope.
Is that from X-Men?
Yeah. It was like from the animated show. I grew up
supposed to
watching
watch
like that.
But
Yeah, you decided not to. It was from the animated one anyway, so it didn't matter. But they had Charles Xavier, Patrick Stewart. Then they had
the girl.
Yeah, Captain Carter.
And then the other girl.
And then Captain Marvel. It wasn't Brie Larson. It was her friend in the Captain Marvel movie. I didn't know if you caught that.
The one that was like her best friend?
Yeah, that she grew up with. Yeah.
I thought she looked
became
familiar.
Captain Marvel in that universe. And then you had John Krasinski as Reed Richards.
That's Jim?
Yeah. Mr. Fantastic. That's a fan cast though. Like that's what people want. Like people, because when Fantastic Four, Disney acquired Fox like a couple years ago, they got X-Men and Fantastic Four, so then they could use them in their properties. That was like the one thing that they were announcing was like Fantastic Four, and so a lot of people were fan casting John Krasinski as Reed Richards, and they finally got it. They also wanted Emily Blunt, his wife. You remember from Quiet Place?
Yeah.
Yeah, they want her to be Invisible Woman or whatever.
Should have.
They might. I think I think they threw that out there just to be like.
Maybe.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, everybody started clapping, so.
Yeah. I told you, I was like, dude, this is the hype part, bro. Get up. And then they had
Time to wake up.
Black Bolt from Inhumans. So Inhumans was a Marvel show that they had that failed miserably. It only ran for one season. I think you even watched it on Disney Plus, but that's one of the Inhumans in it.
Which guy? With the speaking? That was cool.
That was so he can't talk at all. Whatever he says just destroys everything.
And then she said, with what mouth?
God.
That was pretty cool.
That was awful. Like, I was like watching. Well, it was cool, but it was like, holy shit.
Like, she literally just controlled everybody.
Yeah. Well, that was what I was saying. Like, people want like brutality in it. You know, they feel like these characters, they're kind of like, what's the word? Peggy Sue, or like they can't be harmed.
Right.
So this one, like, she literally, Scarlet Witch is after America Chavez the whole time. They're hiding in this universe. The Illuminati is basically like, we'll fucking tear Scarlet Witch to shreds. We don't give a fuck. She comes in and just destroys them.
All of them.
Like, it's really sad to see. It's kind of funny because like 10 minutes ago, everyone was so hyped to see John Krasinski as Reed Richards.
Then he's gone.
So sick. And then she just destroys him. She's like, oh, you got a wife? Okay, good. Cause
she shredded him. Yeah. Literally.
She was like, she can take care of the kids for you.
Yeah.
And then just destroys
shredded him.
And Black Bolt, who can destroy people with his mouth, she just like makes the mouth disappear.
Yeah, well, they warned her. They were like, well, don't make him like use his voice or whatever. And she goes, with what mouth? Yeah. And they turn and his mouth was gone. And he mumbles
something and it just like shows his head fucking explode.
Because he mumbled and it was stuck inside.
Yeah.
And that was so cool.
And then she killed Xavier. She killed all of them, but Charles Xavier, the X-Men guy.
Yeah.
Professor X, which was pretty sad.
She killed him through his brain.
Yeah, so his power is he has like telekinesis, so he can like read minds and stuff. So he went in her mind.
And she killed him.
Yeah. And she was basically just snapped his neck. it was pretty brutal, and it was pretty awful to see like all these characters.
She's pretty badass. She's evil,
Yeah,
but she became good at the end.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is, and that's what kind of, I think it's House of M is the comic book line that sort of follows this same storyline, is that Scarlet Witch is traumatized, and she is so powerful that she can't control her fucking powers.
Yeah.
She gets to a point where she's like, I can't. I mean, she lost her husband and her 2 kids that were kind of made up, but kind of also real.
They were real.
So it kind of makes sense that when you lose something like that, it's something so traumatizing that you're just like, fuck it. You'll do anything at all. If there's a sliver of getting him back, then you'll do it. Which is kind of on the same line of what the Avengers did in, Endgame. Like they fucked with everything just to get everybody back. It's kind of in the same sort of mindset. I think that's what they're kind of going for. But yeah, after she destroys Illuminati, they just meet this other weird Doctor Strange that has a third eye.
Yeah, because he had touched that evil book.
Yeah, we met one that was corrupted, that did not get destroyed like the other Doctor Strange.
Oh, and the one when he like...
They have the dueling battle with the music notes. Bless you.
I'm choking on my spit. Yeah, that was actually really cool.
I did, because I liked them.
Notes, and he had attacked him with it, but it was playing the notes.
Yeah, it was going along with like the music. I liked it because it was like he hits the piano and it kind of gives off like this really like weird haunting.
He just like bangs it, and then it kind of, you just like listen. Then he does it again, and all the notes go flying because there was a bunch of papers. Remember, and all the notes came up, and he just like sends them, and then he sends them back, and it's playing different notes because he was like purple, and Doctor Strange is like the one that we know is like shoots like red.
Yeah,
it was really, like different.
It was cool. They had a lot of cool ideas.
It was cool.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of cool, like sort of, I don't know. But a lot of the battles were kind of not so much fist. They're kind of just like throwing shit in the air and stuff. And
yeah, because they all have those powers.
I was kind of like, wait, what are these powers again? What's happening? I kind of got confused sort of that part. Where I was like, okay.
That was disgusting.
I guess that works. Yeah, and it tasted like Piedmont.
You're welcome. I put Jed on to the best restaurant he's ever had.
So there's
we can't say where we are.
We're not going to say where we are, but if you Google Piedmont Brewery
it was
in Georgia, it's pretty fucking good.
I put Jed on to every good restaurant.
Okay, we're not talking about this. This has nothing to do with Scarlet Witch.
Just cut it out.
It was good. Yeah, I don't know. I like the fact, so the Sam Raimi, the horror director, I could definitely see why he was chosen for it. Being involved with Spider-Man and Evil Dead, why he would take on, like, I think it was a good call because there was a lot of the edits in it, like the transitions that they had, like where the characters' faces would kind of fade out, like it would fill up the whole screen, and the character's face would be talking about like, not, what do they call it? Not skinwalkers. That's what I kept thinking they were saying.
Don't say that.
Yeah, I can't talk about that.
Cut that out. I'm not kidding. Dreamwalkers.
Yeah. So
Dreamwalking.
Like, the idea behind the movie was when you sleep, what you see is another version of yourself from another multiverse. Like that's them doing it.
And America, since she can travel through all the multiverses, because that's like her like gift or whatever, her power, she doesn't dream because it's her actual reality.
Maybe. Like
she said she didn't dream.
Yeah, but I also think there's gonna be.
Taking my shoes off.
That's fine.
Getting comfy up in here.
I don't know. It's just. Yeah, but I felt like with the transitions and stuff, when they fill up the whole screen, like they were going over like the spells and whatnot. I thought that was just like something we don't normally see like in Marvel movies. Like it didn't feel like it was so. And some of the camera angles, like especially when she was crawling out of that like portal, Scarlet Witch, towards the beginning, like she was like crawling, like her body and limbs were like breaking and stuff.
I think I was asleep for that.
Maybe so, dude. That was honestly.
Asleep for that.
There was some kid next to us. He was like 8 years old. I was like, dude, this is gonna give him nightmares.
I was jumping
when they were running away from Scarlet Witch. They were like in this long hall or something. They were like in some water escape or some sewage.
Oh yeah.
And she was limping.
That was creepy.
That was very scary. It reminded me of The Shining.
Oh gosh.
You've seen that, right?
Yeah, but it's been so long. I don't even remember.
At the very end, remember when he goes through the maze in the snow? His dad's going after the boy and he's limping like that. that was like, I swear they took that movie and just
put it in.
Yeah.
Well, she was creepy the whole time because at the very beginning of the movie, you can see it when she like speaks to you. She's like, her eyes are really big and she's like looking into you, and her mouth would like quiver. Did you notice that? She'd like say something and be like, I don't know, just creepy.
Yeah. It was very odd angles. Like everything kind of made you feel like, because most Marvel movies, the way it's shot is just, it's almost always the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way the angles and stuff. This one has like, everything was like almost slightly off to where your brain was kind of just like, it was like unsettling. And it just felt like it was just like, yeah, that's what I liked about it though. That was like the main thing about all of it was it felt like they took a horror director, Sam Raimi, and then they were just like, all right, just make it horror, but also Marvel. And I think he did a good job at doing that.
It was good.
And plus they had the Bruce Campbell that I was telling you about.
Mm-hmm.
He's in every single Sam Raimi movie, and he's the pizza papa, right?
Yeah. It was like pizza balls or something that he was selling.
Pizza poppers or something.
Yes. And it looked good.
It did look really good. I like that. I did like that one part where she's like, yeah, in every multiverse, you just got to get pizza because it's good pretty much anywhere.
And she's like, and it's free. She's
free.
like, food's free everywhere. And he was like, you didn't pay for that. And
yeah. And then
it was just
Dr.
silly.
Strange, yeah. It was very silly. But I also like the idea that in certain universes, everything is just different. Like red for them is go and green is stop.
Oh, yeah. That was really funny.
I was like, oh, man.
She was saying, like, telling him the rules of all the universe. Like, rule number 1, don't assume that you know everything because it's different. And then I can't remember what the second one was, but it was because he was about to walk in front of a moving car because it was green.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know. You don't know anything. That was like the main rule.
Yeah.
You don't know shit, Doctor Strange. America Chavez does. But yeah, I think it was a good movie. I think that's pretty much all I really want to talk about. I don't know where exactly. Well, because we got to make this quick.
Okay.
Right? I mean, unless you got something else you got to say.
No. I got cookie cake. I got to go.
Yeah, I know. And I'm going to assume you slice. Let's just go ahead. I don't know where exactly it's going to go, though.
They said that there'll be
like
more.
From there. Because Scarlet Witch at the end kind of redeems herself by getting rid of all the
evil, but she
evil.
Yeah, we got to talk about the ending. So basically she was like, I have to get rid of all of the evil to just get it out, whatever. And Doctor Strange had to touch that evil book to fix it, to fight Wanda. And she was like, oh gosh, like clearly what I'm doing is bad. And so she got rid of all the evil. They watched the book burn, and then at the end he got the third eye.
Yeah, that was cool.
So that means that he still does have evil. And did you notice that the music came up again during that?
What music?
So he was like crossing the street, like normal day, whatever, and he it was like the loud music again, the music fight that they had. Yeah. And he was like fell to the ground, he's like, the music whatever, and he like popped up and a third eye came out.
Yeah, he was just walking around, just having his normal day. And then he just like his head starts hurting, so he like kneels down and he just like
because it was the music.
His third eye just opens, and that's how the whole movie ends. But she only turns good because America Chavez takes her exposes her, takes her to a world. She finally meets your kids, and her kids are like, man,
scared of her.
This girl is fucking crazy.
She's crazy. She was like,
I wouldn't hurt you. I wouldn't hurt anybody.
Yeah, and then I was just choking somebody. Yeah, okay. I wouldn't hurt anybody.
Yeah, okay. She literally just slaughtered Jim
everybody.
Halpert.
And all those other people. Bro. And Pam.
That was awful to see. No, she took the fucking the shield, remember, and sliced.
I'm saying that she killed
Captain
Pam
Carter.
too. She went to a different universe and went to the office and went to what is it, Scranton? And she killed all of them. It was crazy.
It was bad. You think there's other multiverses out there?
Like in real life?
Yeah.
No.
I don't either. It's a cool theory though.
Be cool. That just creeped me out.
And also the ending, the post-credit scene was like some lady shows up and
that was confusing, but his third eye came out again.
Yeah, I don't know who that was, but it looked like she was taking him to like Dormammu or whatever.
She was taking him back to the crazy world.
Yeah, the Dormammu one.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Because he never killed Dormammu, he just locked him.
You're right.
And then the final
post-credit scene. What's going on in there?
The final, you wanted to leave, by the way. And I said, no, we're watching this.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, you're trying to leave the theater.
Go. My bones are hurting.
I was impressed I didn't have to pee. Because usually when I watch movies like that, I have to get up and
Yeah, you
pee
do.
halfway through.
Every time we watch a movie, you go pee at least twice.
It's bad. It's in the back of my head, like, I gotta go pee soon.
It's because you chug water like it's nothing.
Yeah, I didn't drink any water
And then he buys a large Coke and chugs the whole thing, but then barely eats his candy.
Coke icy.
That was the first time he ever got one, though.
Yeah, usually they're out.
Oh, you're gonna be able to see my leg. I'm like messing with it down here.
I'll cut it out.
I'm gonna cut my leg out.
So anyways, yeah, I think a pretty good movie. I'd watch it again.
I would too. I need to watch it again.
Probably when it's on Disney Plus, I'll watch it again.
Oh, you're not gonna buy it? Not good enough to purchase?
Would I spend my own money on this? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
You would buy it?
Yeah. I think the best parts were the editing. The Reed Richards coming in. That's Jim Halpert.
John.
That was hype as fuck, and I really hope that he is Mr. Fantastic basically, and isn't just some variant of him. Mm-hmm. But it'll probably just be some variant because, I mean, that would be like a 10-year contract sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it would be cool to have him, and I think I still think the best part is probably just like the music.
I really liked that too.
And like the transitions and stuff were just really like I don't know. It was just cool. Different. It was just felt like it's finally something kind of just different. Mm-hmm. You know? Like I couldn't imagine like Spider-Man showing up in that movie. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't work at all.
It was more evil.
So that's why I don't know what they're going to do with Scarlet Witch. I don't know what they're going to do with Doctor Strange. Now he has a third eye. Like how do you go from a movie so like kind of horrifying to just back to normal? Thor Love and Thunder.
No, he's going to stay evil because they literally said they're like, if you like touch it or whatever, the repercussions, it's going to like, and right before the scene where the third eye came out, he was with, what's his name? Who was like, does like all the stuff.
Wu?
Yeah. With Wu. And he was like, how are you feeling? Like, and he was like, oh, I'm fine. What do you mean? And he's like, well, you just like went through all that. Like,
yeah.
How are you? And he's like, oh, I'm good. And the next thing you know, he's the third eye.
He's fucked.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be like a villain though.
No, but maybe what if Scarlet has to put him back in his place because she's the only one strong enough to take him down?
I don't know what they're gonna do. I thought Vision was gonna show up.
I wish.
Honestly. And I thought her kids were gonna show off their powers and stop her.
Yeah, because they had powers in the show.
Mm-hmm. One could run fast, and the other one was kind of like a little Magneto. Could I don't remember. It was so long. But yeah, that was it. Good movie. 7 out of 10. Maybe
6 out of 10. Oh.
The final ending is probably the best part of the whole fucking film. Mm-hmm. It's the funniest part. There's barely any funny parts in this movie.
Yeah, it's not funny at all.
It's really not.
It's scary.
Some of the jokes don't land, but honestly, it's not that kind of movie. I really felt like Marvel was like, you got to kind of make this a little lighthearted. And Sam Raimi was like, no, I don't want to.
No, just the kids that were sitting next to us are going to be haunted.
A lot of the theories, too, was that Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, was going to show up, but that shit didn't happen. And I'm kind of glad he didn't because dude, watching him die, like any of those, like Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire, like watching, like, can you imagine if they died like that?
No.
That would have been fucking terrible. So they threw in a bunch of characters that kind of just no one, because that was horrifying. And I might have nightmares, especially. I don't know. There's a lot of scenes that would really freak me out. I hope those kids don't have nightmares tonight.
I probably will.
That was scary. Yeah, there's something else I wanted to say. Oh, nothing. It was something stupid. So let's just end it. Final thoughts? 6 out of 10 still?
6 out of 10, but it's not fair because I fell asleep, so we'll have to rewatch.
I don't know, because is it a good movie if you fall asleep to it?
I've been up for way too long to go see a movie after we ate a big dinner.
That's true.
It was good. That was on me.
All right. I guess that's it. Hopefully people watch this, but I don't think they will because
definitely won't. Like and subscribe.
They probably wouldn't like it. Yeah. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.